Hi friends, today we're going to talk about significant figures, what they are, and why they are important. So basically significant figures are the numbers in a number that are important or significant. It helps you with rounding and determining where you can round from, where you can round to when we're doing multiplication, division, or subtraction, how to determine which numbers are important. So there are 5 primary rules of significant figures. The first rule is that non-zero numbers are always significant. So look at the number in black. We have 11,234,654. They're all non-zero numbers. You count them up and you have 8 sig figs or significant figures. The second rule is that zeros between non-zero numbers are always significant. So you have 10,001. You have 2 non-zero numbers, that's a 1 and a 1. They're bracketing 3 zeros, so you have 5 significant figures. The next rule is all final zeros to the right of a decimal place are significant. That is assuming because when you're rounding, you have to represent all sig figs that were there, even if they wouldn't be in this number. So those numbers are supposed to be representing a potential sig fig. So this one is 0.100. The zeros are ending. You have 2 ending zeros and a non-zero number, so you have 3 significant figures. Rule number 4. Zeros that act as placeholders are not significant. Instead, if possible, convert the quantities into scientific notation to remove placeholder zeros. Zeros can be placeholders at the end or the beginning. So if you have a 1,000 and there's no decimal with ending zeros, those zeros are placeholders. That's 1 sig fig. If you have a 1 after a decimal and all that is before it are zeros, those zeros are placeholders and you still have 1 sig fig. Counting numbers, defined constants, and conversion factors have an infinite number of significant figures. So if we're looking at the conversion factor of 1 dozen per 12 units, you have an infinite number of sig figs. So let's try this now for you. Given this number, 0.0000123, how many sig figs do you think it has? And list the rules why if you can. It has 3 sig figs because zeros that act as placeholders are not significant. Instead, convert quantities to scientific notation to remove placeholder zeros, and non-zero numbers are always significant. Try this one now. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sig figs? And list the reasons why if you can. It has 4 sig figs because non-zero numbers are always significant. 12.00. How many sig figs? And list the rules why if you can. It has 4 sig figs as well because non-zero numbers are always significant and all final zeros to the right of the decimal place are always significant. Try this one, 1010. How many sig figs? And list the rules why. It has 3 significant figures. 1, because all non-zero numbers are always significant. 2, because zeros between non-zero numbers are always significant. And 3, zeros that act as placeholders are not significant. Instead, if possible, remove the placeholder zeros and convert to scientific notation. And finally, this last one, pi. How many sig figs? And list the rules why. Pi has infinite sig figs because counting numbers and defined constants and conversion factors have an infinite number of significant figures. Thank you so much for learning about significant figures. Have a great day.